Can go through the budgets. Looking at the budget for today. I'm back home, so I'm back to my bigger screen. Welcome. So let me share the link with Julie as well. So today we'll be going through your monthly budget for August, right? So why does the screen look bent? I don't know. Or is it my... Okay, let's try angle the camera better. Let's see. Can you can you guys see the screen? Well, I hope so. So this is the budget I posted today, and we can start by reviewing it. So I'll start by sharing the Google form, right? So if you want your form or your budget to be reviewed, you see, anonymously. So anonymously share with me your personal budget for educational purposes, include figures for long text options. So basically, when you fill this, you need to give me your expenses. For example, you see subscriptions, dining out, groceries, medical expenses, vehicle expenses. You share them with me anonymously, and then I'll be able to convert that form into this format. So that's how actually I get my data from my followers. So they share with me, and then I'm able to post anonymously. And of course, if you've given your figures correctly, you'll be able to notice, or you'll be able to realize which one is yours. Yeah. So quite easy to follow. For those... Let me see if I can share the live to Julie so she can also join. Anyway, so we can start. So for example, the salary I shared today was for a man who's single, no children. So his net income was 85,000 shillings. You can see that. So again, when you share your figures with me, you need to share your net and not your gross. When you share your net, that is actually the figure that we'll be using, or rather that is actually your salary that you'll be using at the end of the month, right? So I don't need your gross, I need your net. And actually for yourself, where you don't need gross, you need net. So you put your net income here. Any other income, side hustle, dividends, or any other income that you may have, you add it here at other income. Then you the worksheet will total it up for you automatically. And then you go to essential expenses. So again, in the form you'll see essential expenses include like mortgage, rent, water bill, electricity bill. So if you fill it out correctly, I'll be able to, of course, fill out the form for you correctly as well. So rent for this person, for example, is 18,000. They told me their water bill was 300, electricity was 600, their groceries was 10k, and insurance was around 300. So 29,200. Here under non-essential, you can see they have their phone bill at 2,000. They go out quite a lot. 10,000. Subscription 3,000. Personal spend is 5,000. Miscellaneous is 800. And 20,800 is non-essential expenses. So from those two, so between essential and non-essential, already that one we've covered around 50k of the 85. So 35,000 is remaining. Right? And then under savings, you always need an emergency fund, right? You always you need to make sure you have an emergency fund. An emergency fund should be between 3 to 6 months of your net income. That's what itakusavaivisha when you lose your job, or if an emergency happens, it's supposed to buffer you so that you don't eat into your salary. And then there is the investment fund, which is 10K for this person, and sinking fund, which is 5K. Investment fund is pretty direct, investing, money market fund, the treasury bills and bonds, whichever you choose. Sinking fund is what people call fun money. So sinking fund is what you'll spend on your vacation. Sinking fund is what you'll spend on things like furniture. If you need to buy furniture or anything for your kitchen, that's sinking fund, right? So you can see this person, savings is 35%. So if you look at the percentage breakdown of savings, is 41% for this person. Non-essential is 24% and essential is 34%, which is a pretty good split between essential, non-essential, and savings. The reason you're seeing this error here is because when the person gets the budget, or rather when you get your budget, you need to now fill out your actuals, right? Not here on income, but on expenses, on essential expenses. So rent, of course, those are fixed expenses, so they don't change. Water bill, I think sometimes can be variable. Electricity can be variable. Groceries also is variable. Insurance is fixed. So whatever amount you're filling in, you need to update, update, and then it totals up here. And the template compares your actual and your planned. And that's why here at the bottom, you're seeing the errors, because currently the person has not filled out any figures or any numbers, right? So so this budget is for a net income of 85,000. We can look at another example. I can see here we have gotten to 113 responses. So let me try and get, let me see, 111. That's also another 80. This one is 95,000. This one is 95,000. So the person earns a net income of 80,000 from their main salary, 15,000 from side hustle. So this one, this person earns 95,000. I can see 111. Let me see if it's the data is very anonymous, so that's why I can do this. So it's a man working remotely. Okay, so this is a budget breakdown for a man who works remote. So basically what this means, this person doesn't have transport costs, right? Obviously. So net income 95. I think this person stays at home because he didn't give rent. He pays utilities 2,000, childcare costs 5,000, groceries 10,000, insurance 300. No debt. This person didn't have any debt, and they have a cell phone bill of around 3,000, and they have subscriptions of about 500, and they have personal spend of about 5,000. They put 40,000 in their money market fund, and they have an emergency fund of 29,000, which again could also be in a money market fund, but this person split them intentionally, so I guess they are very different. So subtotals are there. You can see that the percentage breakdown: essential is at 18%, non-essential 9%, and savings is at a whooping 73%. So this person is doing an amazing job. There's somebody who asked, let me go to the comments a little bit. Nimechela, how can I get the template? The Excel template is 500 shillings. If you're interested, you can DM me after the live, and I will, we can organize and I will send it to you. This is a Google Sheet. So it's important to know it's in Google Sheet, but I have Google Sheet and an Excel version, whichever you prefer, I will give you. And the formulas are automated. So you just need to fill out your figures as per how you're doing it, and then we can review it together if you wish for any support. Yeah, this insurance, it could be NHF, it could be an SSF. So I actually believe it. I actually believe it could be. I don't know why this wise man is laughing, because I don't know. Maybe you don't pay NHF and SSF. I think you can pay, you pay whatever amount. I think there's a minimum, is it? Or some amount, I think. Yeah, you can pay something. Because I know most people, especially with housekeepers, they do also pay for them. I think it's an NHIF, if I'm not wrong. Sorry. Yeah, Wangeshi. So, like I said, if you are interested in the template, it's a Google sheet. So I just need to, it's 500 shillings. Just send me a message and I will organize for you to get it, right? Very simple, very easy to follow. This one is a 95,000 budget, right? Which type of insurance? No. Me, I'm talking about the government one. This minimum, the one you should have. And then I guess there are different insurance policies as well. But yeah. Gemma, you want salary of 62,000. Let's see if there's one. I don't know. Let's go through this one. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I also thought it was the government one, to be honest. And it's not even for them. Maybe it's for someone. I don't know. Let's see. So this person, thanks for the comment, by the way. This person earns 70,000. So this is person 98. So you can clearly see when I say this, I get this data anonymously. That's why I don't have a lot of information on the person. I just get really basic information because, of course, data privacy. I don't want to, invade in people's privacy. And again, I wouldn't share in a live people's personal, or like my personal clients that I do one-on-ones with. No, this is for like the anonymous ones, which I use for educational purposes only, and that is why I am showing you guys now. So yeah, disclaimer there. Thank you, Monsieur. I did take time to do this template, and I'm kind of obsessed with Google Sheets at the moment. So yeah, more amazing stuff coming. So yeah, so let's go through this 77,000 net income budget. So this person earns 70K as on salaries, and other income 7,000. So net income 77, or total income 77. So this person, again, there was no rent indicated. So I presume they either stay at home, or if they're married, their partner pays the rent or mortgage, whichever. They have a housekeeper, I believe 3,200. This looks like a day bag. Electricity bill, but not me assuming. Electricity bill is around 8,000. Groceries around 8,000. Insurance around 6,000. Again, I don't know which type of insurance. Now I clearly have to make a disclaimer, but yeah, it's 6,000. Medical expenses 1,000. Fuel, they pay around 10,000 a month, and childcare costs around 5,000 a month. So this makes their essential expenses around 41,200. For a budget, for a salary of 77, that's quite high. But let's see how it goes. And this person has a personal loan of 10,000. Okay. And then there is non-essential expenses. Phone bill 2,100, personal spend 1,200, subscriptions 3,000. This is kind of like a budget for a man. Let me check number 98. 98. Oops. 98. Yes, it's a man. That personal spend was very low. So yeah, this is a man. That's why the personal spend is low. So don't come for me in the comments. That's 1,200. I believe that's just haircuts. Phone bill 2,100, subscriptions 3,000. And black tax 14,000. I think he supports somebody at home. And for those who don't know what black tax is, it's any money that you spend on your taking care of your family, or taking care of any people that are really not your direct responsibility. That's what we call black tax. Also, guys, tap, share, so that share the live, so that I can talk to as many people at once, so that I don't keep repeating myself. Thank you, guys. We only have an hour. Thank you. Also, go to my link in my bio, join my Telegram if you want to be able to get access to this form to fill out and for me to analyze your budget anonymously. Again, if you fill out your form correctly with all your data correctly, you'll be able to recognize it when I post it. And of course, nobody will know it's you. So yeah, fill the form correctly. You can get the form in my Telegram. Link is in my bio. So let's continue. So non-essential is 20,300. And yeah, you can already tell the expenses are quite high for a net income of 77,000. Essential expenses are savings is 5,500 because you see all these essential and non-essential are they're really on the higher side, to be honest. Percentage breakdown, let's see. 54% essential, 26% non-essential, debt 13%, and savings 7%. So this person really, really has two options: either to increase their income, so their side hustles, or reduce their expenses. They really have quite a high, huge numbers for that net income. Yeah, and as you know, rule of thumb. Blender. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, let me see. I'm back. Sorry, somebody was at the door. Tap and share the live so that I don't have to repeat myself. As also Julie will be joining the live later. She has a power blackout, but she'll be joining us a bit later. So what are essential and non-essential expenses? So that essential and non-essential expenses are personal to you. So you as an individual, you're the one to determine whether let's say like insurance. Is insurance essential for you? It may not be essential to you. Maybe if it's life insurance, medical insurance, whichever it is. Because as you know, everyone's situation is different. So how you categorize or describe things on your budget is personal to you. These are just recommendations. Then when I send it to you, customize it the way you wish. So yeah. So essential are basically what you can't live without. And non-essential are basically what you can live without. That's why you're seeing. For me, I tend to put phone on non-essential. Some people put it on essential. I tend to put subscriptions on non-essential. Some people have it on essential if that's what you need to do your job, for example. Things like that. But thanks for the question, Gemma. Mr. JD, please send me your budget on my DM because here I won't be able to keep up with your thingies. And then I will work on it after the live. Yeah, so yeah, this is a budget for 77,000. So let's look for another one. Interesting one. So this person earns a net income of 98,000 and they make 41,400 from other income. They earn, so total 139,400 net income. So their bills. This person, I remember this person. This person has a fully paid house, so they don't pay rent or mortgage. So their water bill is 1,000. Electricity bill is 3,000. Groceries is 3,500. Insurance is 5,000, medical is 3,000, and fuel is 10,000. So total essential is 25,500, which is quite good for that income. Non-essential expenses, phone bill. Phone bill is 3,000. Personal spend is 5,000. From even the personal spend, I can know this is a lady. Miscellaneous 5,000. This is definitely a lady. And subscription is 2,000. And money market fund is 25,000. Shama one is 5,000. So they have different shamas, I guess. Sako is 9,000. Dividends is 1,300. And emergency fund is 46,100. So they have about 86,400 in their savings, which is quite a huge amount from their net income. And then they are, let's see their debt. They have a personal loan of 12,500. So that's also about 9%, you can see, of their net income. And their non-essential is around 15,000. Yeah, so you can see their savings is around 62K. 62%, which is quite a good ratio, right? 62% savings, 11% non-essential, 18% essential, which is quite good. Monsieur, how you can get the template, you can send me a message on DM and I will send you payment method, and you can email me and I will share the Google Sheet with you. So send me a DM and I will, respond to them after. And thank you for the gifts. Yeah, you've sorted my goal, but yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, all the, like Mr. JD, same with you. Monsieur, same with you. If you would like the template and you'd like me to also review your figures, please reach out to me on the DM and I will be able to do that after the live. Yeah, so let's continue. Let's see. Let's get another budget. 56,000. So 56,000, this person, and the net income of 56,000. No other income. They have rent of 10,200, water bill of 1050, groceries 5,000, and electricity 2,200. So the essential is 18,450. They have loan, not a personal loan, an investment loan, I would say. They are buying land, so they pay 17,500 monthly to this. I think should be a Sako loan if I'm not wrong. If that's what the person described. I kind of have a memory of some of the details of the forms. So, and then there is non-essential as usual. The phone bill is 1,500. They spend 6,000 on personal spend, 2,000 miscellaneous, and 1,000 on subscriptions. The emergency fund is 9,550. So their percentage breakdown, let's see. Their percentage breakdown is pretty okay, actually. Essential is 33%. Non-essential is 19%. Debt is 31%. Okay, that's pretty high. And savings is 17%. So let's see. This should be 80. Okay, so 82 on expenses and debt and 17% on savings. Yeah, so Roddy, this budget is 56K is net. Budgeting is on net, as I said. You cannot budget on gross. This is okay since debt is towards. Yes, I agree with you, Wiseman. Yeah, if your loan or your debt is for an investment, I agree with it, and it also should be within a reasonable amount so that you can also leave. So 31% is, you're pushing yourself, but not too bad. 56K, where's the save he can wait. This person is trying. 9,000 is not bad, to be honest. It's not too bad. Not too bad. You must push yourself. And that person does not have any other income. So you can imagine. Yeah. So how do you know you're in a good position or you're in the right track? More like on a quick glance, of course, you look at your percentage breakdown, right? Like I said, the rule of thumb is 50% essentials, 30% non-essentials. So this 50 and 30, 80% should be essential, non-essential, and debt. Now for us who have debt. And then 20% is savings. So you can see that's why I'm saying this person is not too bad, because savings is at 17%. And essential, non-essential, and debt is around 82. So this person is actually on a good position. Yes, exactly. Who you are, Kosawa. I agree with this. This person is doing quite a good job. Let's see this one. Okay, this one is, the budgets are getting interesting. So this person earns a net income of 29,972. No other income. Rent 8,000, water bill 800, groceries was 5,000, electricity bill was 3,500. So their essential expenses is 17,300. This person also has a loan, a personal loan of 4,000 that they pay monthly. And when we go to non-essential expenses, personal spend, they spend 5,000. Sorry for that. A charity and tithe 4,000. Ooh, okay. They have no savings. And I think they even overspend by 328 at the moment. Yeah. So thoughts. Essential expenses, so it's 57%, non-essential 30%, and their debt is 13%. So how would this person be able to improve their situation, for example? Any advice for this person? And tap, guys. Tap, share the live. Share. Tap. Cheaper than 8,000, Jamani. I would also say I think that 8,000 they're really trying. I would also say like use an extra income stream. If let's say this person is just to add, let's say, other income. If this person is just to add, let's even say 5,000. That's already good enough. You see, 34,000. That's already good enough to at least boost him a little bit. And then let's see here. Then we put the emergency fund, the savings, that same 5,000. So in and out. You don't spend it more. You don't spend more on expenses. You just use it for your savings. And look at how automatically your spread improves. So you now have 14% on savings just because you got that extra 5K. Yeah, so it's important. It's important to, the visualization of your numbers helps you know where to improve. I like the question. Somebody asked, how do you know you're doing okay? That's a question you ask yourself every time you do this budget. How do you know? Because first of all, month on month, they are never the same. There's some months you spend more, there's some months you spend less. Sometimes you help, given that you can balance yourself out from one month to another, yes, it can assist. But when you see an alarm, when you see a red flag in your budget, you can be able to react to it. Yeah? The client needs to look for extra income and minimize on non-charity and tithe. Yes, Monsieur. Even for me, that tithe for me was a bit on the higher side for somebody earning 29K. That tithe charity is very high. Very, very high, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Thanks for the comments, guys. Thanks for thanks. I'm really learning. Budgeting is really a headache for me. It is, even for me as the budgeting coach. Sometimes, to sit down and actually, put down what you've, spent from the bank, from M-Pesa statements. For example, now that I was in Kenya, M-Pesa Kwanza is so hectic, so hectic to follow. Yeah, and you must track your M-Pesa, you must track your expenses, avoid cash if you want to really be on track. Electricity, let's see. The electricity was also high. Okay, yes, but electricity, is that really under your control though? Electricity, anyway, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, maybe you're onto something, maybe. Somebody's asking for a budget of 40,000. Let's see if there's one. I don't know. Let's do 60. I don't think we have many. So this person earns a net income of 60. Their rent is 20. Groceries 3,000. Water bill 750. Electricity bill 1,500. Transport 3,000. And medical expenses 1,000. I have to give a disclaimer again. I am really good with my memory, and you'll be surprised how I know these budgets by heart. But this person, 3,000, if I'm not wrong, they don't live in Nairobi. Let's check budget 92 before you start coming ham on me for a grocery. Oh, you see, I was right. They live in Kiambu. So this is a lady. She lives in Kiambu, and she's married. So that already gives you some information that she has a bit of leeway on the numbers, right? So she can indeed she can pay 3,000, and for sure 750 water bill, that's I think realistic. Electricity 1,500, that's realistic. Transport 3,000, medical 1,000. So she pays 29,250 on essential expenses. Let's see if she has debt. She has no debt. Good for her. Non-essential expenses. So phone bill, she pays 1,050. Personal spend 3,000. Subscription 700. Charity tithe 6,000. Woo! That's high. Dining out 2,500. Miscellaneous 2,000. So total non-essential is 15,250. Okay. They have a baby fund of 3,000, SACCO 5,000, Chama and emergency fund 3,000. So total 14,000. Okay, let's see. So they have 1,500 left over, and percentage breakdown. Actually, she's almost a 50-30-20 budget. I'm surprised. So 50% essential, 26% non-essential, 24% savings. Okay, this person is doing well. Is the ideal, I would say. Is the ideal. Monsieur, you say Monsieur. Very true. There are a lot of hidden spending with cash. You are often unable to fully account. Yes, guys. Avoid cash. In as much as, yes, you don't want to incur the M-Pesa charges, which, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I was in Kenya the other day, and M-Pesa expenses are quite crazy at the moment, especially after they were bumped up again. So yeah, guys, be careful with M-Pesa. I would even suggest, if you can swipe, I don't know, does swiping incur charges? I am not sure. I don't know if there are bankers on their live. Swiping, different banks, Stanbic, Corp, Equity, do you incur costs? Yeah, swipe, I don't know. I think swiping, no charges. Yeah, so if you can do swiping, the better for you. Because M-Pesa for me was a no-no. I'm going to track how much I spent on charges, and I'm not looking for. I'll share with you guys once I do it on one of my posts or on social media. But yeah, things are quite expensive in Kenya at the moment, guys. Be aware. Be wary. Be very wary. Last King, you want a template? Please reach out to me. It's only 500 shillings. Very cheap, very easy to use, very accessible. Just reach out to me. Wiseman says, considering she's married, I think rent is high unless she's a sole rent payer. I think she might be the sole rent payer. Given that she lives in Kiambu, I think this rent is Kiambu rent. Or maybe they split it. Maybe they live in a 40k house. Who knows? You know? Yeah, but good observation. Yeah. So let's see. This person, yeah, I think her budget is pretty decent, to be honest. She's not doing too badly. So have we gone through 94? No. Have we gone through 94? No. So this person earns 145,500 net, good salary. Rent is 28,000, groceries 10,000, fuel 10,000, electricity 2,000, childcare costs 5,000. Okay. So essential is 55,000. That's not too bad. Woo! Hapa kuna shida mahali. Hapa. Kalon 30,000, guys. Okay. Before we judge, tuangalie hesabu zingine. They're non-essentials. Phone bill is 1,000. Personal spend 5,000. Subscription 5,000. Shopping 5,000. Dining out 5,000. Miscellaneous 4,500. Let me check if this is a man or a woman. Budget number 94. It's a man. The budget is 94. No, I think I messed up my numbers. 145, 500. No. Nimeipoteza. I think it's a lady. But okay, let's continue. So this person invests 25,000 emergency fund, 10,000 investment fund, right? I think I also need to talk about this a little bit. So this emergency fund and investment funds, let's pause here for a little bit. Do not save them in the bank. Do not put them in a bank. Let's start there. If you are trying to accumulate your emergency fund, open a money market fund and keep your money there. And it should be in a money market fund because in case of an emergency, you can easily access it. And that's why it's important to be in a money market fund, If you put it like in a treasury bill, yes, a bill is 90 days, 180, whatever days, or 364 days, or whichever one it is. But you have no control. You have no control on when, rather you cannot access it if you need it urgently prior to the time the bill matures, right? So again, emergency fund needs to be in the right type of, place, which is a money market fund. I mean, do your own research on the best money market funds in the markets. And yeah, put your money there. Investment fund. Now this one you can, whatever you now accumulate as investment fund, that's money you're toying around to invest in different areas. So this one you can put it on a bill or a bond, right? But you cannot put it as 10K. You have to consolidate and then bid. Because I think there's a there's a minimum. There's a minimum of how much you can put into a bill or a bond. Signage supplies. What's money market fund? Please explain. No idea what. No way. How do you not know what a money market fund is? So a money market fund are these funds opened by people like CAC, Sanlam, Britam. These are funds that they take our money now that we've given them our money to invest, right, in different markets, investment market options. So they mostly, especially in Kenya, they're currently doing bills and bonds a lot because government is giving them good interest, and they're able to still make their money despite the fact that they have to pay you like 9 to 11%. Right? So money market funds are different funds offered by this type of companies. So yeah, check CIC, not sponsored, but check CIC, check Sanlam, check Britam. There are many in the market. They are just like SACCOs. Like there are many SACCO options in the market. There are many money market fund options in the market. But do not, I repeat, do not leave money in the bank. You're losing money because even value retention right now, inflation is quite high currently in Kenya. So value retention means you need your money to be making an interest more than inflation for it to retain its value, right? Because money loses value. So if you're a consultant and you need to spend money on a contract, where would that expense fall? That one is like a company. I think that one is for like a company. That one is for an organization. And I think that would be OPEX, operational costs. Money you need to invest to make more money, right? Which is the highest return from money market fund. I think the last live we had, I think the highest I heard was 11%, to be honest. Oh, I had 11%. Let me yeah. So last I heard was 11%. And thanks, yeah. Question.
Hi, Babs.
Hi, finally. KPLC did the
Yes, it did the most, honestly.
sorry.
Ni sawa tu, ndo zimerudi saa hizi.
Okay. We still have a bit of time though.
Yes, we do. Yes, and I can see you've opened a budget tracker.
Yes, we were just going through different budgets. Let me see if I can flip the camera. I'm back to my house, to my home.
Yay, umehapa shida za KPLC.
Yes, by the way, huku stima hazipoteangi, by the way. I really did.
Yeah,
But by the way,
nilikuwa
my entire stay in Kenya, this trip for the 6 weeks, stima ilipotea tu hiyo time ya blackout.
Really?
Mm.
No, it has always been like that. I feel like nilikuwa nakuuliza uko Netherlands, do they accept grown-ups with kids? Because do they adopt?
Maybe if me, I adopt you.
I would love to be adopted because yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. So watu walipata salary za August and
No, that's what we are going through. That's what we are going through.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Let me answer this question. An individual
Sure.
concerned payment not attached to any firm. But are you putting your business expenses in your personal budget? Because you can have two different budgets. You can have, despite you being a consultant, you can have a budget for your business and you can have a budget for your personal and keep them separate. So you can, for example, now your main salary account, you can, let's say, take like 50K and say this budget is now for business, and then now take it to business and then now break it down the way you want. For example, yeah. And then user is asking if earning in USD, is it better to convert to Kenya shillings and invest in money market or just leave it as USD? That's a good question. Actually, that's also something I'm debating about because I earn in euro And sometimes, of course, I cannot convert all of it, but I do convert some of it to put it in Kenya shilling investments like money market funds, treasury bills, and bonds because
Yeah.
the returns are much higher. So even if I leave my money in foreign currency, probably at most I'll get 0.4% interest in that year. As compared to if I convert
Mm.
it to Kenyan shillings, you need to calculate. If you convert it to Kenyan shillings, then the interest, and then after the period, converting it back, do you actually make money? Does it make sense? And if it does,
Mhm.
yes, you can do that. Because so long
Yeah.
as it's making money and you're able to retain the value of the money, that's the most important thing.
Hmm. I think I can also like weigh in on that.
Yes,
So
please.
normally what happens, um, yeah, so if you earn in USD, what I'd recommend honestly, because I mean, like in earning in USD in itself is pretty much like investing because you're investing in a hard currency. And I think the projections right now from experts is that the CAS to USD exchange rate is going to go like to highs of 180. So if you're earning in US dollars, I'd honestly, and this is not an advice, just information, you're better off putting your money or keeping your money in USD. Now, fortunately, you guys in the Kenyan market right now, we have money market funds that are yeah, dollar funded. Like you can invest in dollars, yeah. And
Yeah.
there are a couple. We have CIC, we have Noble Capital. So instead of converting it into cash, you can just invest it in dollars. And by that, it's like a double-edged sword, yeah. Because one, you have a hard currency on your side, and you're also earning from currency depreciation that is cash to USD, and you're also earning interest on top of that. So yeah, USD all through, yeah.
By the the interest rate for some of these USD money market funds is around what percent?
Yeah, it's around 5%, 6%. But then again, you're also looking at the depreciation bit of it, like
Mhm.
USD appreciation against KES. So when you look at it, for instance, sometime last year, KES was around what 116, and right now, as we speak, it's 145. So
Yeah.
that is an appreciation of. Let me just do this maths right now. That's 25%
What?
increase. That's 25% increase. That means it's actually much better than bonds and money market funds in itself. So now you're
Yeah.
getting 25% increase in your dollars, and you're also earning interest on that, regardless. Even if it's 4% or 5%, it's still something. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's important, and yeah, like I'm seeing people saying, yeah, hard times ahead. Yeah, definitely hard times ahead, because
Mhm.
most of our imports are, have to be paid in dollars. Most of the
Sure.
government loans have to be paid in dollars. So basically, what we're
Mhm.
saying is the cost of things are now more expensive. Like for
Yeah.
the manufacturers, for the people who are bringing in things, consumables for us, whichever way it is, life
Mhm.
is just going to be expensive. If USD is going to get to 180, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, precisely. Things are going to get more expensive. We're also talking about like our debt obligations, as you've mentioned.
Mm.
And right now, apparently, like in terms of debt servicing, the highest chunk of it is just because of the cash depreciating. So these are some of the things that we are facing simply because, yeah, because the currency is depreciating. So yeah, I agree. Very, very tough times ahead.
Mm.
Yeah, so we just have to be smart. Monsieur Lumiere, you're saying that what are the levels of risk of the dollar accounts? So, what do you mean level of risk? Maybe you can try expounding on that. Yeah.
But I mean, money market funds are low risk, monsieur. So I
Mm.
mean, that's where I don't know. Julie can weigh in. She's the professional.
Yeah.
But yeah, money market funds are low risk. Are supposed to be low risk, right? Or
Yeah,
can
yeah. So
can a money market fund chubulu? Can it ingia maji?
no, so what normally happens, yes, there's some level of risk depending on what assets that money market fund has invested in. So when you look at money market funds in Kenya, they split their investments in different assets. For instance, they have like corporate bonds, treasury bills, and treasury bonds. When you look at treasury bills and bonds, they're definitely low risk type of investments. Yeah, not unless the government defaults, of which we pray they don't default. So there is that. So pretty much my market fund, it's fixed income that are short term in nature. So in terms of risks, yeah, they are the low risk. They have low risk.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. And then Monsieur is also asking, what are the odds that the projected cash and USD values may drop? It is, honestly speaking, in my opinion, it's very unlikely, not
Mm.
unless a miracle happens. And as Kenya, we start, producing or manufacturing some of our things that we're importing. So not unless something miraculous happens, yeah, no, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're definitely right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I always feel like in every adversity or challenge, there's always an opportunity. I mean, as much as we are complaining, there are a lot of people who are honestly making money out of this. Yeah, like you've said, if you're still earning in dollars or euros in hard currencies, it's a win-win for you. So sometimes, I don't know for you, Babs, but sometimes you might be sitting in a conversation of maybe Kenyans and they're talking about the hard life. And it can be so unrelatable to you given that you're earning in euros, you're earning in hard currency. So there's also that. So I also feel like if you have an opportunity to like look for remote jobs that can be able to pay you in dollars, who's stopping you? Do it by
Yeah.
all means. Yes.
But let me ask you, when you get this type of jobs, for example, like
Mhm.
your situation, do they pay you in dollar, like dollar hits your account, or they pay you in the case equivalent of the dollar? So let's say like you've negotiated a salary like $1,000. Do they
Mm.
pay you $1,000 in an 1,000 in your dollar account, or they pay you
Mm.
the equivalent of $1,000 in Kenya
Dollars.
shillings?
Dollars.
They pay you in dollar.
Okay.
Oh
Anyway, so yeah, yeah. But yeah, again, like there are numerous opportunities out there where there are organizations that are looking for talent
my God.
locally. And then the thing we were talking about with you, Barbara, about this, that Kenya is the way people view Kenya out there, like you guys, you won't even believe it. Like ukienda tu kwenye useme I am from Kenya, they take you in some sort of, I don't know, it's like a respect or level in your wanakuweka ni juu sana, because how people describe Kenya out there is that it's the Silicon Valley of Africa.
Mm,
And look at our infrastructure, when you look at our talent, it's like it's big. So
mm.
these are the kind of things that we need to take advantage of as Kenyans. I mean, munajulikana nyinyi ni wase waso sana huko nje. So it's just a matter of you positioning yourself very well for these kinds of opportunities. And they are there. I'm not even kidding. They're there. Yeah.
Yeah, and some, I mean, we tend to be really, I mean, hard workers, to be honest.
Yes. Kenyans are so hardworking, guy.
Very, very
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, so there's that. And then what else? So there's this conversation that we're trying to have the other time about de-dollarization and the BRICS and the dynamics around it. So people are saying that when BRICS come, then we'll stop using the dollar. And you know what that means? It means that if we were to adopt our own currency in terms of trade, then we won't need the dollar. So if we don't need the dollar, it means the demand goes down and the dollar prices go down. So that will, in one or another, be beneficial to us. But now also the dynamics of that happening, I feel like it's far fetched because there's what we call regulations across different jurisdiction and the infrastructure aspect of it. So yeah, so if people are relying for BRICS to be successful, for the dollar demand to go down, again, in my opinion, it's far fetched. So the only thing that you can do right now as a smart Kenyan, as we've said, look for this opportunity that can be able to pay you in dollars.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Oh, somebody has won a green card. Congratulations.
Away.
I know there's normally like a season where everybody gets these green cards.
Little Beatrice, Gani, we're so happy for you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
No,
also surprised.
Now, Kendoko, you go shine, go shine. And yeah, and I totally agree with Monsieur Lumiere. Monsieur Lumiere, are you Francais? Because you said we are pioneering in the AI sector. I totally agree. Like, yes, yes.
Okay, what you go? Comment section, TikTok will never miss.
Akinya, Masai, at the English is Englishing. Yeah, Bobs.
What do you mean green card process is expensive? Oh my gosh, okay.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
Okay.
Ah,
But at least you got it. At least you spent the money and ended up getting it. So
precisely. That is something. Monsieur Lumière, tu parles en français. Moi, j'aime ça. Je parle en français aussi. Oh, sorry, Babs. We were saying Kenya is very beautiful.
don't worry,
Yeah.
help me practice my French.
You should practice. Is it Dutch? Netherlands speak what kind of a language?
Yeah, they speak Dutch, but I work with the French more. So I
Oh,
need to practice
really?
my French, yeah.
Oui, oui. Le français, c'est très belle. I feel like French is very romantic and beautiful when you speak. Yeah. Hi, Sylvia. I'm not bragging. Yeah.
No, 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 no. It's a hard one to learn though.
Is it? Yeah, yeah, it's hard. But again, it's all about perspectives and your attitude towards it. Like, ni vile tu na. Yes,
You take it,
precisely.
how you take it.
Yeah, precisely. Like it's just about attitude. I feel like everything in life is about attitude. The way you perceive life is how life will treat you. If you feel like like you always be broke, that this comes back to like the abundance mindset and the victim mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. So again, it's just your approach to life. And I feel like as much as sijui watu wanasemanga nini about manifestation, but I feel I believe in the power of whatever you confess is what you possess. So when you say I am constantly broke, you will always be broke. When you say I have these things in abundance, abundance will definitely come to you. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Especially with money, by the way. Hey, money comes to me easily. Me, I'm not playing. I want my money. Of all the
I
things, at least to be stable on, let it be money.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know if it's the same experience with you, Babs. When you after you graduated university, did you experience like tumesema tunatumia hii word, but we're gonna use it because this is it's a point that I'm trying to put across.
Mhm.
Like ulikuwa unatafuta pesa unakosa. Like I don't know for some reason when you don't
Mhm.
have money, money tu inakatanga kukuja. But the moment you start
Yes,
having money, money starts coming in abundance,
that's
and you're like,
true.
okay, yeah, like I don't know what happens, but again, yeah, it's all about having a positive attitude. Yeah.
This is a nice question. Can you talk about emotional spending and how it affects budgeting? Oh my God, me, I'm a victim of emotional spending, by the way.
Tell me
Oh,
about it.
when I'm depressed, keep my cards away.
Mm.
Oh my God. But I don't know. It has this thing of making somebody just feel so. You
Good.
have what do they call it? Something
Grat-
gratification.
it's called instant gratification.
Yes, that's something. You feel very nice. Very.
I know. I know. No, no, for real. I also suffer from the same, and I'm trying to improve. Again, even as much as me and you, Babs, we talk about money a lot, we
Mm,
also face some of these struggles. Like we are not perfect at all. For me, my emotional spending comes when, like, let's say when I feel sad or when I'm in a very low mood.
yeah.
I will try to spend to compensate that or just to try and lift my spirit. And it's often very expensive. I don't know if you've thought of like inakwanga extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So I need to try and look for other ways to calm me down or to just to lift me up when I'm feeling low. Because yeah, it's an expensive way of doing things.
It's expensive therapy.
You put it It's honestly an expensive therapy. It is. And then the thing with instant gratification, because let's define instant gratification. It's pretty much like when you just want to fulfill your desires and not needs at that particular time. So meaning, let's say like and I love using this example, umenda tao,
Mm-hmm.
umesema there's a specific thing that you're going to do in town. But then
Mm-hmm.
unapitia hizi mashop za Moi Avenue and you're like, oh my God, things are so beautiful. And you end up spending and you had not even budgeted for it. Now, one disadvantage of that is that you always end up like 80% of the time, you always end up spending more than you had initially intended to. Now, I
That's
remember there was a particular time, kuna hizi tu Crocs, sijui kama umetuona, tu Crocs wenye tuko na gold, wanazita Gucci Crocs.
no, which ones are
Yeah,
these?
some idea. So nilikuwa nimework from home for a long time, so I had not seen these two Crocs. So I passed along, I think it was Moi Avenue, and there was this shop that was selling these Crocs. So I got into the shop, I was like, how much is these Crocs? And nakaniambia ni 1600 each. So because I wanted to match with my daughter, I ended up buying two. 1 month down the line, nikaziona zinauzwa kwa streets, sijui tuzo, sijui 3 so. And I was like, oh
No.
my God. Yes. That is what instant gratification does to you.
Oh my God. But sitting with something in your cart for weeks, which of course
Mm.
is what is advised, inakuanga so painful. Just waiting and thinking and rethinking, do I really need to buy this item? Do I really need to buy this item?
I know. Oh my God, it is crazy. Where? Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So nani ebu let's see. Oh Nyara, thank you. Tunakaa money. So tulisema ukiambiwa something like that, you just say thank you, and
Hey,
money
yeah,
comes.
I accept. I
Money
accept.
comes.
I accept that those blessings. Julie,
So
1 second. I'm running down. 1 minute.
sasa umeenda.
Nakuja.
So Sylvia unasema that you want to add more income and your budget is not budgeting. Yeah, so so first of all, we know that like cost of living will increase. So for you to be able to ensure that you're living within your means, the first immediate thing you need to do is to adjust your budget. So I think Babs has been talking a lot about the 50-30-20 rule, whereby 50% goes towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards saving and investing. So for you to allocate more, you need to like reduce these wants. And then after that, in terms of adding income, look at your skill, look at yourself, Sylvia, and tell yourself, what can you do that can be able to bring value to other people? Ndio ikuletee pesa. It can be like selling a product or selling a service, anything. So that's how you look at it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Nilisikiza.
Mm. Yeah.
Umeulizwa best performing MMF of today.
Again, when you look at the interest rates of these MMFs, it can be a little bit deceiving, yeah, because Rasemanga high risk, high returns. I know and I'm not trying to, this is just facts that are out there. I think the last time I checked, the highest was going at around 11%. But how I like to think of it is, or how I look at money market funds that I want to invest in. Like for instance, right now I'm doing with CIC. And the reason why CIC is because CIC has got like the largest market share in terms of money market funds. And that means the level of oversight from the regulator is more compared to others. So that's what I look at, the asset under management. And then the other thing I look at also is the stability and the management. So what kind of, like reputation does the management have? What are people saying about that certain money market funds? If it's negative, then, you shouldn't really, put yourself, at jeopardy by investing there. So that's how I look at it. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Sima.
Actually, that's actually made me remember something. We should do a live, Julie, on how
Mm-hmm.
to read an income statement for a company.
I love that. Oh my God. I would really, that's my specialty. Reading
Yeah,
income statements and balance
exactly.
sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
we
you
should definitely do that.
what you need to look out on these companies, like now Safaricom,
Mm.
has it released its half year results or something like this?
I haven't checked, but I know they have released their full year results. I was looking at
Ah,
them the other day. Yeah, so
yeah, because
we can try analyze
KQ,
Safaricom next time.
yes, KQ has released,
Ah, okay,
Safaricom has
cool, yeah.
released, some banks have
Mhm.
released, so we can go
Yeah,
through those statements and see.
I love that. Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah, Monsieur Lumiere is asking, what are your thoughts on the rent to own models by Savo?
I'm getting the
Babs,
door, Julie. Sorry.
I am more to help out na your question. Anyway, so Monsieur Lumiere, I haven't been keen on the rent to own models by Savo, but I'll look at it and then I'll definitely come back to you with my thoughts on that. Yes. Yeah. So Sylvia unasema instant gratification ya chips za tao. Oh my god, those chips laugh like no man's business. Kwanza I don't know what those two stalls are called. Those chips zinakwanga tamu sana na KFC. Yeah. And then I hope siku miss any question. Want to add more income. Yeah. So, Monsieur Lumiere, I hope we have answered you in terms of emotional spending and how it affects budgeting. So, again, just to reiterate what I've been saying, how it affects budgeting is that you end up spending more than you had initially intended to. So, when you go audit your budget at the end of the month, you find that you've already gone out of your budget or you've derailed. So, before you spend emotionally, you need to engage your mind and stop and ask yourself, is this the right thing to do? Yes. Oh, pretty, you're saying I have a hard time saving. I am so sorry. And it's okay, it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. I think you're not the no, you're honestly not the only one. A lot of people are not having the time to save, and it's because of different factors. One, it can be because you have a low income and you're really trying to squeeze your expenses, unajaribu kuangalia vile hizi vitu zako zitajipanga lakini hazijipangi, and it is okay. So the first thing that you have done, and I really appreciate you for that, is that you have acknowledged that you have a problem, that you're having a hard time spending. That is the first thing. Now, the second thing, Pretty, Nisa, and Nyamasai, I want you guys to try. Leo before mlale, mwende mwangalie, it's actually, when is it? Perfect time. So leo ni end of August. You go look at all the transactions that you've been making. Go to your M-Pesa statement, go to your bank statements, and look at all these things that you've been doing. Now ujiulize, hizi vitu nye nimekuwa nikifanya, were they wants or were they needs? So needs ni vitu kama rent. If you have a baby and you're paying school fees, that's a need. Food, hiyo ni need, hizo vitu zote. Wants ni vitu kama wig enye ujabajetia, ni vitu kama going out with your friends and you're not really planned for that, and other things. So look at that. That is the first thing. You need to auditing your budget. Sawa. So once you do that, make like a rational decision or be intentional. Useme, in the month of September, I am going to change my ways. And how am I going to do this? I will now start budgeting. And by budgeting, you look at your income. Tuseme una earn like 50,000 in a month. Look at that. So after you've looked at your budget, start drawing and Babs has got really nice templates za budgeting. So that's your income. Now look at the expenses. Ujambie, this month of September, I am only going to spend on my needs, nothing more than my needs. So needs zako ni nini? House, food, nini ingine, maji, stima, hizo ni needs. Na ujiambie, I want to be extremely disciplined. So this month, because I'm just starting off kubudget kidogo kidogo, sitafanya vitu zingine out of my budget. I will just start by doing the needs. And then you also try and discipline yourself completely. And then again, so after you do that, next month, ikuja end of month, end of September, utaweza kuona, did I do well or did I not? So going that, it'll become like a habit. And Raja, once you do something over and over again, it becomes a habit. And then later on, itakuwa so ingrained with you. So itakuwa too like something natural in a come about. So yeah, so try that and then let me know how that goes. Steve, you're saying, what advice do you have for someone who invested in stock exchange in the short to medium term? So what advice I have for you is, first of all, so initially your investment goal was to be there for short to medium term, right? But this is what we always like tell people. If you're getting into any kind of investment, we always advise people to do it for the long term. So first process is you identifying like solid companies with good fundamentals. And by this, I mean, isn't it companies when you look, and we're going to do this, we're going to look at one company in the like Nairobi Securities Exchange. We look at the financials, tuangalie hizo revenues so that you understand what I'm saying. So you look at the revenues are growing in terms of profits, the company is profitable, the management wako sawa. So that is the thing. And then after that, you decide, this is something that I want to be there for the long term. Because when you invest in the short term, kuna what we call market timings. Like the stock market in movingi because of speculations, just because of how people think things will happen. So you end up like you had invested, like let's say in Safaricom at 30 shillings. Right now, the economy is not very good and the price has gone all the way to 15 shillings. So you end up losing because of that. Your short to mid term. So in case you've invested in a company whose price has gone down, like tuseme imekuwa like 3 years, 5 whatever years, price imekuwa down, but that company is still good. Don't panic sell. Don't panic sell because you're going to lose out if that company is good. But if that company is ish, I don't want to name names, but kuna companies zenye zimekuwa like zikiperform very badly. When you look at the, revenues, they've been slowing, wamejaribu kukua build out, nothing is really happening. It is good for you to cut your losses as soon as possible. So again, your investment decision should be based on facts. And facts come from, numbers. How are these things happening? So usiku unasikia tu like all the noises, sijui company ni mbaya, you have to do your own due diligence and research. So I hope I've answered your question, Steve. Yeah.
Sorry, I disappeared.
I know you disappeared on me, but it's all right.
You're doing a good job. I like the comments.
Am I? Yeah, so anyway, answer Steve alikuwa anauliza what should he do if he had invested in the stock exchange in the short term. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay.
And then Yamasai, I know school fees. Oh my God. Don't worry, you got this. I did a video on how you can be able to like save or invest on behalf of your kids. I don't know, Babs, you have a baby girl. How do you invest or save on their behalf?
I think the one thing I was advised is the bonds.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the coupons that you get after every couple of months. I think the bonds are a good way to pay school fees. If you have a significant amount, let's say you have a pool of like 1 million, right? And let's say the bond pays you after what percent did you say was it? The last ones were what?
14%, let's say 14. Yeah.
So in 6 months they pay 14. I mean, sorry, they'll pay you 7 and 7, right? Half. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you divide that, how that's not too bad. I think it's around 70.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's around 70K, right?
Yeah, that's good money. But now again, Babs, that is like you on the higher end. Now we're talking about somebody who's actually just trying to strain or like to squeeze their small income to ensure that school fees high was strain. So like how so I was talking to them because Nya and somebody else said that they're really having a hard time trying to save.
Yeah.
And I told them the first thing to do is you need kwanza, the first thing hata imenipendeza sana kuwahusu ni kwa sababu wame accept, and that is usually the first thing for you to like find solution. It's you accepting that yes, you have a problem, and I honestly want to work on it. So yes, the problem is I can't save. Step number 2 is for you to look at your income. Useme mimi napatanga 40,000 in a month, mimi napatanga 50,000 in a month. And once kuangalia kama sasa hii this August, it's a very beautiful like time to start auditing your finances. Kama hujakuwa ukifanya hivi, you need to start doing it. So angalia in the month of August, ni nini nimekuwa nikispendia my money on? Is it the needs? Is it more on the wants? So if it is on the needs, that is okay. If it is on the wants, that is where you need to regulate. You need to reduce the wants so that your investment and saving equal more.
Yes.
So yeah.
I
And
agree.
then nikamwambia Babs uko na very nice budget templates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
really need to invest in that one. And by the way, and there's
precisely.
no point of purchasing it if you don't intend to use it because, like
Mm,
you've clearly said, you need to
yeah.
be able to visualize, like see where your money is going for you to make
Mhm.
changes. So if you
Yes.
don't actually use the templates and break down your expenses properly, you won't
Mm.
know where to adjust. You won't know where
You
you're
know.
overspending, and it's
Uh,
important to track to be able to know where you're overspending.
Precisely, precisely. Again, a budgeting without tracking is nothing. If you're
Yes.
just purchasing a budget tracker, sorry, a budget template, and you're not tracking your expenses, it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that simple. So you
Yeah.
have to track your expenses. Yeah,
Exactly. I did it
yeah.
with my mom this last month, and she was so shocked. She realized how much she's overspending on, just because when you need something, you
Yeah.
just throw money here, throw money there. When she
Mm.
consolidated, I think I've made her become a miser. She's not going to spend money again.
I know. Oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, tracking
Yeah.
is very important. Yeah.
No, I think it's
Monty is asking, Ati, with the current fuel prices, is it prudent to sell my car and get an EV or just switch to public? Huh. That's an interesting question. Now, it also boils down to um, how you use your car. Is
exactly.
it is it a necessity? Like, do you really need it? Do you need it for your biashara? So this is how you look at it. A car can be both a liability and an asset. How so? A liability in the sense that you bought a car and it's actually taking money out of you rather than it bringing money to you. So if I buy a car today and I put it in an Uber business and that Uber business gives me good money, then that car is ideally what? An asset. If I buy a car because I want to impress Babs and the fuel prices have gone up and I really don't need to use it, I may as well just use a matatu, then that's a liability. So again, it boils down, Monsieur Lumiere, why did you buy the car? Like, what is it for? Then yeah, that will make more sense. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. That makes a lot of sense. And by the way, actually, what's your opinion on car loans then?
Again again. So how I like to look at it, for me how I do my mental maths when it comes to finances is I always ask myself, will this asset be an sorry will whatever I'm buying be an asset, or will it be a liability? If me buying getting a loan to buy that car will be a liability, then I'd rather not. There's no way you for me, I believe honestly, if I were to buy a car right now, I'd rather save for it. I'd rather just use them. By them mtaniona tu kwa matatu, and I won't mind, because my goal right now is not to impress people.
Yeah,
Impressing people should be the least of your concerns.
yeah.
Whatever you have, like, just do you and live within your budget without really trying to impress people. So right now, if it's not helping me, kama si ya Uber ama kama si ya kubeba mahindi from sijui wapi to wapi ndo iniletee pesa niweze kulipa hiyo loan na pia
Mm,
nisaidie kumaintain hii gari, then I'd rather not buy it. Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Even yeah, car loans are a bit tricky.
Mm.
People always ask what percent should they take, how much, and for some reasons, Kenyans always take car loans that are way too much for their budgets.
Exactly.
Like most
Exactly.
of my clients that I have, they are struggling
Mm.
with car loans, and I'm like, why? Why did you do this to yourself?
Again, Babs, it's not even about car loans peke yake.
Mm,
Any kind, like right now, if you were to take a loan and the purpose of that loan, like, so kuna hii interest yenye unalipa on the loan, si ndio? And
yeah.
then let's say kuna a certain investment that you want to invest in. So if you were to take a loan and then you put it in a certain investment, if the return on these investments is more than the cost of this loan, then that will make sense to take the loan, yeah? Ndio
Yeah.
maana watu wanatekingi loan for nini? Kwa biashara,
Yeah.
kuongeza, more stock into their business, because
Yeah.
in the long run they know this biashara is going to pay my loan. Loans ni vile sisi I don't know how our mentality is, but ideally najua kuna what we call consumer loans, like taking loans for consumption.
Yeah.
But as a smart person, you'd rather just work within your finances, and if you have to take a loan, take it, putting it into a project and itakupea pesa mob
Kushinda the interest.
kushinda the interest. Yes, kabisa.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
this. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Umeambiwa Julia, you need a platform to educate people, or you need a course.
I need a follow on TikTok, and then also
Yes,
on
you need to do
other
a
platforms
course. You need to sell a course.
on these things.
Yes, like offline, out of the
Offline. By
mtandao.
the way, kuna classes. There are classes that we normally have. And if you're interested, guys, reach out to me on Instagram at FAJulie. And these classes are honestly a game changer. You'll get to learn about all these investments zenye naongelea. Najua sahi zinaka jargon, but you learn all about these things. Yeah, from the basics, SACCOs, money market, treasury bills, treasury bonds, investing. Ukitaka kuinvest in sai Safaricom, what do you need to look at? Is it the revenues? Is it the management? All these things. So yes, kuna classes zenye tunafundishanga. So yeah, reach out.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. And yeah, me and Julie tutaendelea this one live a week.
Yes.
I hope Julie,
Yes.
one live a week.
One live a week. I love this. Yeah. Pia utupaste
Different topics. Different topics.
different
Next week
topics.
it will
Yes.
be on Julie's page. So follow
Oh
her
yes.
so you know. We'll be switching. We'll be exchanging. So next week it will be on her page. So follow her. We'll wait for
Yes.
further instructions from her when she
Oh, look at you, girlie. Look at you. Yeah. So guys,
but yeah.
be financially smart. Be financially smart. Do not do anything, especially when it comes to finances, to impress people. Ukienda broke, those people will leave you like that. So be smart.
That's true. Keeping up with the Joneses. Avoid it.
Kabisa, kabisa. Yeah. So what are we talking about next week, Babs?
Next week, Julie, we had agreed that we'll talk about relationships and money next week on Julia's.
That is a hot topic.
So follow Julia on her page so that you know next week is relationships and money, guys.
Yeah. How do you
Hot
split
topic.
finances? Yeah. Thank you, Babs. This has been so nice. Asante sana kwa kuni-invite, and let's keep on doing this.
Yes, guys. Follow my Telegram. So link is in my bio. Follow my Telegram, follow my TikTok, follow my Instagram, follow Julia's Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah.
You will say
Twitter.
you have X. You have X.
Oh, sorry, X.
Me, I don't have the heart for X.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. The templates the budgeting templates are normally not free. The free one is the debt repayment tracker. So if you want the budgeting templates, the ones I've been showing in the live, those ones are 500 shillings. And then if you want a free template, those are the debt repayment trackers. Those are free. Sorry, Malkia, I missed your question. Yeah, but thanks all for joining. Some of us look out for the next week's live from Julia's page. So please follow Julia.
Oui, merci, Monsieur Lumière. Merci beaucoup. Je t'apprécie. How do you live? Babs, I don't know how you live.
Bye.
Oh my God. Oh, wait.
Let me end it.